In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to use the PC version of CapCut to edit your videos. So if you don't know what CapCut is, I don't know what rock or which rock you've been living under, but CapCut is a very, easy to use, AI-ish tool for video editing. Is lightweight. It runs on almost any PC or device. So let's jump straight into it. So of course, before you start using CapCut, you need to download CapCut first. So head over to CapCut.com and install the application. Once installed, you'll be met with a screen as so. Of course, as you can evidently see, I'm an avid user of CapCut, and so right at the start screen, you'll be met with some buttons and options. You have your button to create a project, you have a button to record a screen, you have a button to convert long videos to short videos, you have a new button, this is a new feature, which is an AI image generator, and then to your bottom you have all your projects. So any project that you've been working on so far will be displayed here. I have a bad habit of not naming my projects, but fachami. So fachami means forgive me. So then we have home, we have share history, and then also to the left corner of our screen, we have our login information that shows the account that is currently signed into CapCut. I'm on the pro version, perks of my job. And also we have the home, we have the share history, and then we have spaces. Spaces is like your own online cloud folder where your projects are stored. So if you need to access any project that you have stored in a cloud, you can access it through a particular space or a particular folder. So let's go ahead to create a project. So with our editing screen, what we have is a few options that pop up on our screen. Firstly, we have our timeline. So we have the timeline. This is where we'll be doing most of our editing, dragging and dropping. This is where any material that you're using for your video will be shown. So you can add videos, you can add audio, you can add images to your timeline. Now we have the media setting. This is where you access the materials that you'd actually be using. So for this, if you access media, if you click on media, you have the option to import your own media or to record something from your video. Now you can do your recording straight from your CapCut tool. You also have favorites, that's options. We will not be going into those ones because this is just a quick introduction to CapCut. You have presets, you have brand assets, you have spaces as well, which I mentioned before, and then you have a library. Now you have the audio option, which gives you access to CapCut's audio's library. You can pick, and choose from their wide, provision of audios. Some are paid for, some are free, so you just have to find, look for, search for the one that suits your video. You have the option, you have the text option, you have stickers, you have effects, you have transitions. All of this wouldn't make much sense until you actually start editing your video. Now, at the top middle of your screen or middle top of your screen, you have the playback, view. So playback view, or the player, actually shows you what exactly your video is going to look like as you edit. Then to the top right of your screen, you have the details pane. Now this might change based on what you are doing, but for now, since we are yet to add our project, we have the details being shown. So we can modify this. So click on modify, and then we have the project details or settings popping up. So you can change the name from here. You can select where you can change the name from here and select where exactly you want to keep your project. Now some very useful settings to be mindful of is the aspect ratio. Now this is just the dimension of your video. So if you want it to be a 16:9, which is the regular widescreen settings, if you rotate your phone and you're watching a video in if you rotate your phone and you're watching a video in landscape mode, this is the dimension. If you're watching it on YouTube or you're watching a video from your TV set, this is the universal landscape ratio. So we have other variations as well. We're in a social media era, and so if you need to create a video solely for the use as a reel on TikTok or on Instagram or on X, which is Twitter, then you should select the 9:16, which is just, you know, the portrait version or the inverted version of the 16:9. So for the purposes of this video, we'll be selecting the 16:9. That's the regular or normal landscape view. You can just go ahead to keep all other settings, you know, as they are. Trust me, you'll have no problem at all. So let's go ahead and import some videos so you see how they look like in your timeline. I have two videos I'm going to open. Now, like I mentioned, you can either drag and drop them into your media section or just drag and drop them directly on your timeline. They would automatically, you know, be saved into your media hub as well. So you can add them to your timeline first by clicking on the plus button to add to your timeline. Now, to add another video, what you can do is to select the video and drag it onto your timeline. Place it where exactly you want to have it, or drag this particular button here or this long icon, which you see this movable icon on your screen, which is called the playhead. So this just indicates which particular point of your video you are at. So it just indicates the particular point of your video you are at. So you drag the playhead to the end of where exactly your first video ends, and then click the plus button. Any other video that you add will add to or would begin from where your playhead is, you know, fixated. So now this is about adding videos to your timeline. As you can see, you can scroll through your video, and as you scroll through in the timeline, you see what's happening, or you see the effects, you know, in your playback monitor. So like I said, to the right of your screen, you can see that any other setting that you, based on what you click, you have, you know, a separate menu that you can view. So once we have selected a video, we can now see that we have a video setting, we have an option to change the speed, we have an option to animate the video, to make adjustments, or to attach or to add some AI stylizations to it. So we're going to tackle some of the basic, you know, transformations that you can apply to your video. So under video and under basic, you can change the scale, which is to zoom or, you know, reduce, of course, the zoom of the video. You can also change its position, that's moving it from the right to the left. So if you want to move it to the right or left, you change that with the x-axis or the x position, and if you want to move it either upwards or downwards, you use the y-axis. You can also rotate your video based on whatever degree that you want, but we'll just keep this as neutral. Of course, there's also blend. If you have two or more videos, or you have two elements that you want to blend together, what you can do is to change the opacity of one. There are other blending options, but for the purposes of this video, we just stick to the opacity. Like I mentioned, there are other options that are available, so you can explore all of that and apply those transformations to the video or to your project. Now you can change the speed of your video. Now you can play around with this. We have the standard where you can speed it up by whatever ratio that you want it, whatever amount that you want to speed up a video, or you can apply a curve to it. Now this is a pro function which actually runs by making certain aspects of your video fast and other aspects of your video slow. So you can explore this, but like I mentioned, now this is only available for pro users. So to enable this feature within CapCut, you need to pay a subscription to be able to use it. So now let's look at the basic transformation that you can actually add to your video. To add an animation, you click on the animation tool, and this gives you a pop-up of the various settings that you can apply to it. Some are free, some are not, noted by the pro version or the pro icon, boldly put on that particular effect. So we would not go ahead to apply any animations to it, but I'm going to show you how to apply a transition, which is just a seamless way of moving from one video to another, or from one element to another. So to apply a transition, we head back to the left side of our screen, check on the top menu buttons, and select transition. So there's an wide array of options to choose from. What you need to do is to either select it, and this would attach itself to whatever video you are currently working on. So there are various options you can use to apply your transition. First off, you can drag your playhead to you can drag your playhead to the exact point you want to attach the transition, or drag and drop it, of course, after it has successfully downloaded to the point where you want to apply the transition. Now, other settings to keep in mind is to crop your video. So if you want to cut your video to make it longer or make it shorter, what you need to do is to use the split tool. Now, the split tool, the shortcut for that is Ctrl+B, or you find that right at the bottom of your playback monitor. So you click Ctrl+B to access the split tool. So you have that. It looks the form of a... So for the split tool to work, it actually works with the position of your playback head. Drag your playhead to the exact point you want to split the video and click the Ctrl+B or the split button. This would split it at the exact point of where the playhead is located. Now, if you want to save yourself some time, if you are cropping, or if you are cutting the video from the beginning to the exact point where you drag your playhead, that would mean that you are deciding to delete every other thing that comes after that. Then what you do is you select the delete right. So that would delete anything to the right of your playhead. If you want to delete to the left, that is, you actually want your video to start from where your playhead is located, then you click on the delete left or Q button. So once you are done with this, you can go ahead and add some text to it. You can add stickers, you can play around with the effects, generate a caption for it, and once you are done with all of that and you're satisfied with all the settings that you have applied to your video, you can go ahead and export your video. Now again, to export your video, you can actually name it. So you can change the name of your video export. You can select the exact location you want your export to be saved at. You can decide to add a watermark or not, but in this case the watermark is off because we have the pro version. And then also you can change the resolution of your video. So mind you, the resolution of the video determines the quality and the size of the video. So if you want to have a lower size and a lower quality, then you choose the lowest resolution. But if you want to have the best quality, of course, which will impact the size as well, then you choose the highest resolution. Now, if your screen doesn't support a certain kind of resolution, I strongly would suggest not to choose, the highest, like a 4K. There's no way you'll be able to view a 4K if you don't actually have a 4K monitor. So or well, you won't really be able to see, the effect of the 4K feature. So what I would suggest is to keep it safe, just do a 720p or 1080p, and then that's good to go. Some other recommended settings is to keep your bit rate at the recommended setting. We can go into that much later. And then the video codec. The widely supported one, or the most common video codec used, is the H.264, which is widely supported even on social media. We have the HEVC, which actually ensures, we have the HEVC, which ensures a lower size of your video, but this may actually have some compatibility issues. So I suggest that you just keep it at the provided one, which is the H.264. You can also go ahead to choose the format that you want your video to be saved in. This is different from the resolution, but again, because of compatibility issues, I suggest that you just keep it at MP4. Now the frame rate is defaultly set to 30 frame rates per second. Now this is a widely compatible one. It runs with almost every video that you find, but to achieve a more cinematic feel, which is mostly used in movies, you can choose the 24 frame rates per second. So if you're running a normal video like mine, where it's just like me giving you content, if it's a tutorial video, it's just a video of you teaching or having a discussion, it might be an interview, just keep it at 30 frame rates per second. But if you have a video of maybe a wedding setting or some other cinematic view, then you can keep it at 24 frame rates per second. Once you are satisfied with all the settings, you can go ahead to click export. Wait for the export to finish, and voila, you have your video. So follow these steps to edit quickly your videos with CapCut, of course, on the PC version. So try this out, drop your comments in the comment section, and of course, if you like this video, do smash the like button, share it, and of course, subscribe to the Al Media Tech channel to receive more updates from us.